Hare Krishna, welcome to the question and answer session on chapter 10 of the Bhagavad Gita. So let us start with the first question by Veena Nayak ji. Your question is, Pranam Guruji, I would like to know the exact meaning of the word Vibhuti. So yes, the 10th chapter of the Bhagavad Gita is entitled as Vibhuti Yoga, and many times in this chapter there is reference to the word Vibhuti. Vibhuti has been defined in the Sanskrit dictionary called Amarakosha as exceptional opulence. Vibhuti, the prefix V indicates Vishesha Rupena Bhuti, an energy which is very extraordinary and special is called Vibhuti. So Vibhuti means outstanding, special, extraordinary. And in the 10th chapter of the Bhagavad Gita is the description of the Vibhutis of the Supreme Lord Sri Krishna. The next question by Tulasi Kumari ji. Hare Krishna Prabhuji, one doubt. Srimad Bhagavatham and Mahabharata, both are composed by Sri Vyasa Maharshi. Then why there is a difference regarding the liberation of the Pandavas? So yes, we find one description about the liberation of Pandavas in Mahabharata in the Mahaprasthanika Parva, whereas a completely different account has been presented by the same author Vedavyasa in Srimad Bhagavatham in Canto 1 chapter 15. So I had already explained in yesterday's session that the difference is in the difference of the perspective. One is from the perspective of the devatas, that is from the Mahabharata. Pandavas have been regarded as Deva Amshas, whereas from the perspective of Srimad Bhagavatam, they have been explained to be Nitya Suris or Nitya Pakshadas or eternal associates of Krishna who directly went back to the spiritual world after liberation in their self-same bodies. So the difference, although by the same author, is because of the level of the audience of both the literatures. In the Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 1, Chapter 4, text number 25, it has explicitly been stated that Mahabharata was composed by Vedavyasa for the beginner, for the common mass of people. Stri Shudra Dvija Bandhunam Trayina Shruti Gochara Karma Shreyasi Mudhanam Shreya Evam Bhavediha Iti Bharatamakhyanam Kripaya Munina Kritam. So the Mahabharata was composed for the common person, the ordinary mass of people, whereas Bhagavatam is the highest literature as expressed in Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 1, Chapter 1, text number 3, text number 2, that this is meant for Paramo Nirmatsara Nam Satam Dharmaha Projita Kaitavotra Paramo Nirmatsara Nam Satam Vedyam Vastavamatkavastu Shivadam Tapatrayo Unmulanam Srimad Bhagavate Mahamuni Krite Kimva Parerishvaraha Sadyo Hridi Avarudhyatetra Kritibhi Shushrushuvistatshanat. So Srimad Bhagavatam is meant for the Paramahamsas, the topmost transcendentalists in this world. So one is, you can say, like the primary class textbook, that is Mahabharata, whereas Srimad Bhagavatam is the PhD textbook, the highest level of knowledge. So therefore there is a little difference in the account of many similar activities. The next question by Bhaskar ji. Hare Krishna Prabhuji, my question is, who made the universe? You further say, yes, I know it was Vibhuti of Krishna. So yes, very clearly it is explained in the Bhagavad Gita many times, repeatedly, that the entire universe was created by Krishna. Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita 10.8, Aham Sarvasya Prabhavaha, that I am the origin of all the material and spiritual universes. Well, if it is Krishna, then what is the work of Brahma? So this has I have explained it earlier also, but to be more specific, I'll once more explain. This is very beautifully narrated in the Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 2, Chapter 5, Chapter 6, and also in Chapter 10 of the second canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, wherein it is explained that in 2.10.3 as Bhuta Matrendriya Dhiyam Janma Sarga Udahritaha. The term Sarga refers to primary creation, which is done by the Supreme Lord Krishna, in fact by the expansion of Krishna known as Karanodakashayi Vishnu. He, by his glance, as stated in the Aitareya Upanishad, Saha Aikshata Sa Ima Lokan Asrijata. Just by his glance, he agitates the entirety of Mahat Tattva, and then is the first creation of the 24 elements. So those 24 elements are created by Mahavishnu or Karanodakashayi Vishnu, and then later what Brahma does is technically called as Visarga. Bhutamatrendriya dhiyam janma sarga udahritaha brahmano guna vaishamyad visargaha paurusha smritaha. Brahma takes these elements and then arranges them, and that is called the secondary creation by Lord Brahma. To give you a simple example, just like an engineer may build a great building like an apartment or a mall. So one may say that the engineer or the person who invested, the investor, built such and such apartment or building. But yes, he did create or build the building, but he took the ingredients which were already there, the earth, the stone, the water. The engineer or the investor cannot create the water, earth, stone, the basic elements. They were there, he just arranged it. So likewise, Brahma took the ingredients which were created by Mahavishnu and then did the secondary creation known as Visarga. The next question, who were the four sons of Brahma? The first four, Brahma has got many children, but the first four sons of Brahma are the four Kumaras known as the Sanat Kumara, Sanatana Kumara, Sanandana Kumara and Sanaka Kumara. So they are the first mind-born sons of Brahma. They are Naishthika Brahmacharis. Always they remain as small children and practice the path of brahmacharya or complete celibacy and are completely devoted to the path of spiritual life and progress. The next question, can you define Parama Bhakta? So Parama Bhakta, there are many definitions as given in the Bhagavad Gita 9.14. Satatam kirtayanto mam yatantascha dhridavgataha namasyantascha mam bhaktya nityayukta upasate. That they are constantly and always engaged in the glorification of the Supreme Lord Krishna. Their hearts are saturated with pure love for the Supreme Lord Sri Krishna. How would a person become pure bhakta who would be guided by Krishna? Krishna has explained in 9.34 and also in 18.65. We have to do four things. Manmana bhava madbhakto madhyaji mam namaskuru. By doing these four things, always think of Krishna, become his devotee, madhyaji, always worship him, mam namaskuru, and by offering respectful obeisances unto him, but under the guidance and direction of a guru or spiritual master, one very quickly advances to the stage of Parama Bhakti. The next question by Arati Girishji. Hare Krishna, thank you Guruji for a wonderful session. Thank you very much. My question is, many questions are there. The first one, if everything has been decided by the Lord, then what is that humans should do or do? Aren't we just dolls? The second, actually all the questions are similar. Why can't the Lord make all of us good people? We are having vices because of what? When Lord Krishna is the supreme, for him changing us would be very, very easy. Why did he ever have this materialistic world? We could all be very happy in his abode itself. Why this creation of suffering? Our present situation, good or bad, is based on our past karma. So facing the bad situation is bound to happen. Then what about the reaction to that situation? Is it within us, or even the decision that we take at that point of time is also the Lord's decision? Now, to understand the whole, all the various queries from different angles of vision, the most fundamental thing that you should know, that each and every one of us should know, is that there are two kinds of creation by the Supreme Lord. One is matter called jada, and the second one is spirit. Spirit or the Jivatma is explained in Bhagavad Gita 7.4 and 5. The apara prakriti is the jada or the material creation, and the Jivatmas belong to the superior, higher para prakriti, or they have Chaitana, consciousness, and also Ichha Shakti. Each and every Jivatma is bestowed with free will. Free will means, naturally it means that one can decide to choose between good or bad. One can choose to remain with God or turn away from him and come to the material world. So basically the material world is a place meant for those souls who have turned away from God, similar to a prison house in a kingdom. So this material world, samsara, is like the prison house in the entire creation of God. So there is bound to be bad and there is bound to be suffering in this material world, and therefore Krishna is repeatedly entreating all the bound prisoner souls of this material world who are bound by the conditions of birth, death, old age and disease, that if you surrender to me, I shall take you immediately back out of this prison house and take you to the spiritual world. So why did we ever have this material world? So it is our choosing. We have chosen, we have turned away from God and have come to this samsara, this material world. So we are basically, the Jivatmas are not like the Jada Shakti, like matter. We are not like a robot created by God. We are not like a software program created by God which does not have any independence. A robot acts only according to the directions, the instructions of the creator, of the scientist. So are we like a robot created by God? No. We are Jiva Shakti, we have Chaitana, consciousness, we have free independent will by which we can choose what we do. Even in the Bhagavad Gita, after instructing the entire Bhagavad Gita to Arjuna, Krishna does not force Arjuna that now you have to accept whatever I say. Krishna says at the end of the Bhagavad Gita that I have explained everything to you, and you can yatha ichhasi tatha kuru. In Bhagavad Gita 18.73, Krishna says, now you can choose yatha ichhasi tatha kuru. As you wish, you can do. You can follow my instructions or you can follow whatever you feel like. So that independence has been given by God himself to each and every Jivatma, and he does not interfere with the tiny independence of the Jivatmas. So if we understand this particular point, then all the set of questions will become clear, the answer to them. The next question is, so even the reaction, the final thing, whenever, whatever situation we come in due to our past karma, the reaction, the response what we give to that situation is our own choosing, is our free will, what we do. So destiny and free will, I have explained, are like the two tracks of like the railway track. So both are present simultaneously side by side. So it is our decision and not the Lord's decision. We are not like dolls, we are not like robots created by God. We have independent free will. The next question is by Anandji. Thank you for the session so far. Question number 1 is from chapter 7 to 10, there is good amount of overlap to describe and understand Supreme God. Is the understanding correct? There may be some repetition, but it is only to impress upon us the various definitions and potencies and energies of God, because we have the tendency to misunderstand them. How do we connect the dots? Request to summarize here. Basically, as the titles of the various chapters indicate, from chapter 7 to 10, chapter 7 is knowledge of God, chapter 8 is the path by which to attain the Supreme Lord, chapter 9 is the most confidential knowledge, which is about how to develop pure love for God, and chapter 10 is about the wonderful opulences or energies of God which are manifest in the material world. So this is like the brief summary. Next question by Shri Pradeep Joshi ji. Guruji very well explained the Vibhutis of Sri Krishna. The Vibhutis belonging to Mother Nature are clear, but I have doubts on devatas, Rishis and Asuras. Starting with Rishis, are Maharishis, Sanaka and Manu from same category of Rishis, or some are from devatas? So actually, Rishis are of various categories. In the Bhagavad Gita 10th chapter itself, 2 varieties of Rishis have been mentioned. One, the Devarshinam Naradaha. So Devarishi are the Rishis from among the devatas. Maharshinam Bhriguraham. So among the Maharishis, Krishna says, I am Bhrigu Maharshi. Likewise, there is in the Ramayana, in the description of the conflict between Vishwamitra and Vasishtha Rishi, it has elaborately been described the definition of a Rishi, and then of a Maharshi, then a Rajarshi and Devarshi, and finally the highest level of Rishi is Brahmarshi, and this is what Vishwamitra aspired to become. So yeah, there are categories of Rishis. The next question is, are Asuras, Rakshasas and Yakshas same category or different? Again, these are different categories. In the 3rd canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, there is the explanation of Yakshas and Rakshasas are similar. They were generated at the same time from Lord Brahma when he was in Tamoguna, when he was in the mode of ignorance. The Yakshas came out and then the Rakshasas came out. So there is but a slight difference, a technical difference between Yakshas and Rakshasas. And then Asuras. Asuras are anyone who does not accept the supremacy of Lord Vishnu. Has been defined in the Puranas that Dvau Sarga Lokau Dvau Bhuta Sargau Lokesmin Daiva Asura Evacha Vishnu Bhakto Smrito Daiva Asuraha Tadviparyayaha. The definition of Asura is very simple. One who does not accept the supremacy of Lord Vishnu is an Asura. Asura means opposed to the Suras also. Then next question, Guruji, in 10.2 it is said that even Maharishis don't know Sri Krishna. How did then Maharishi Vyasa describe Sri Krishna in so much detail in this as well as next one? So yes, as stated in 10.2, Krishna says, Name viduhu suraganaha prabhavam na maharshayaha aham adirhi devana maharshinam cha sarvashaha. That the host of devatas cannot understand me, nor even any of the Maharishis. So it is also stated in the Bhagavad Gita 10.15, Swayam evatmanatmanam vethatvam purushottama. There is only one personality who can know God, which is God himself. So when this is the speciality of the Bhagavad Gita, that in order to give us his own understanding and knowledge, God has very kindly spoken the Bhagavad Gita, and therefore Maharishi Vyasa or anybody, even the ordinary person, can understand Krishna simply by accepting the knowledge and teachings of the Bhagavad Gita as they were accepted by Arjuna when he expresses in 10.14 Sarvam etad ritam manye yanmam vadasi keshava, that I accept in complete entirety whatever you are speaking. And even Vedavyasa has the same attitude. He accepts the complete knowledge of the Bhagavad Gita as it is from Sri Krishna, and he is written without any of his interpretation or addition or subtraction. So he has again given the knowledge as it is, and that is how he has described in so much detail. The next question: all Vibhutis described are very inspiring and motivating to devotees, except one, which is gambling and cheating. I am unable to understand why it was not described as conscious keeper for discouragement to gamble and cheat. So I explained this yesterday also, that we should understand the various Vibhutis of the Supreme Lord in the right spirit. Whatever wonderful, whatever excellent is there in this world is but a spark of the Supreme Lord's splendor. So now it may be positive or it may be negative. So in general, the Vedas say that all the positive things dharma came from the front part of the Supreme Lord of the Virat Rupa, whereas adharma, like cheating, gambling, came from the back side of the Virat Rupa, which is the material expansion of the Supreme Lord in the material world. So just like even when Krishna says that Mriganam cha Mrigendroham, among the beasts I am the lion, it does not mean that one should go and embrace the lion in the forest. So it's just that the vigor and the energy of the lion is also derived from the Supreme Lord Krishna. Even the tendency or even the cheating among gamblers is also, but it comes from the negative aspect of the Virat Purusha. So that is indicated here, that God is the source of everything wonderful, splendorous, and even the strength of the Asuras is also coming from Krishna. There is a very beautiful conversation between Prahlada and Hiranyakashipu in the 7th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam. Hiranyakashipu threatens Prahlada that Kruddhasya yasya kampante, when I am angry, even the devatas are afraid of my fury. From what is the source of your strength that you are able to confront me without any fear, fearlessly? What is the source of your strength? This was the question asked by Hiranyakashipu to Prahlada, and Prahlada replied very beautifully, Na kevalam me bhavatascharajam balam balinam, that actually the source of my bala, my strength, is also the source of your bala, Hiranyakashipu, and he is the source of the strength of everyone. And he says that is Lord Vishnu. So it is Krishna who gives bala, intelligence, jnana to even Hiranyakashipu as well as to Prahlada. But how we utilize that bala or jnana is our choice. Like we utilize it like Prahlada or like Hiranyakashipu. The intelligence given to Hiranyakashipu and to Prahlada is also the source is coming. It is like a commodity. The mobile phone has been given to you. How you utilize it, whether to watch some negative thing or to watch some positive things, that is your choice. So intelligence as a commodity, as an ingredient, has been given by the Lord to you. Now how do you utilize it? You utilize it for cheating and gambling, or you utilize it like Prahlada. So that is your choice. The next question, the final question by Radha GVG. My question is, when we come across situations where we are hurt, angered, disappointed by other people's actions or words, should we express it or not? In the wake of learning Gita, please help me understand such situations. Situations like getting hurt, anger happens very often by family members. How to deal in such circumstances? If we do not express, isn't it like accepting too much? Yes, definitely. Bhagavad Gita does not teach you to become an artificial person. Whatever natural state or level you are currently in, you have to behave and respond in that manner. But still, you should be, when you are on the path of spirituality, you should be more introspective. You should learn to be guided by higher teachings and by higher principles. So whenever there is a cause of disturbance, you should remember what the Bhagavad Gita is teaching us, how we should face such a situation. Many times in the Bhagavad Gita, Krishna has said that tam stitikshasva bharata, one should be tolerant, one should be tolerating in trying circumstances, one should regard all the various dualities of honor, insult, happiness, distress with an equipoised mind. So we should, whenever there is any disturbance, it is the opportunity, it is a chance to practice what we have learned. So it is the point of application. We should now apply whatever we have learned from the teachings of Bhagavad Gita, and in that way, when we learn and whenever the path of spiritual life, as we make advancement in spiritual life, we also gain spiritual strength. I had explained with an example that we get wings. Just like if you have to go from Jayanagar to say Rajajinagar, from South Bangalore to North Bangalore, if you have to travel, if you travel by road, there will be so many obstacles and impediments. There will be turns, and there will be humps, and there will be potholes, and there will be other vehicles and traffic jam. But if you get wings, you rise high, and without any impediment you can go from one place to another. Likewise, when we get the wings, the spiritual practices give us the wings to raise our consciousness to a higher level, and at that time we can see it by practical application, that as we become more and more fixed in spiritual practices, we elevate ourselves to a higher level of consciousness. When we are not even disturbed or bothered, we are unaffected by all these dualities of life, by all these disturbances that we may have to face in our daily life. So thank you very much. Please do join us for today evening session on the universal form of the Supreme Lord. Thank you. Hare Krishna.